I was never really a runner. The way I see running is a gift, especially when you have stage 4 cancer. I'm Anne. I'm running the Boston Marathon, presented by Bank of America. I run for Dana-Farber Cancer Institute to give people like me a chance to thrive in life, even with cancer.
Join Bank of America in helping Anne's cause. Give if you can at BofA.com/supportAnne. What would you like the power to do? References to charitable organizations is not an endorsement by Bank of America Corporation. Copyright 2025.
Hi, and welcome to the 10-Minute Food Truck Training Podcast. My name is Bill Moore. I'm the founder of the Food Truck Training Group on Facebook, co-owner with my beautiful wife, Melissa, of our own food truck. It's called Food Truck 101, and I'm the executive director of the National Street Food Vendors Association, which is a nonprofit dedicated to education, advocacy, and uplifting all food vendors. Today, I want to talk to you about numbers and marketing. Real simple, numbers and marketing. And what I'm talking about specifically when I'm saying numbers is how numbers work within marketing. Way back, one of the very first meetings I went to at Rack's Restaurants as a very young, very inexperienced manager was one on building sales. And they were talking about our marketing department and how it functioned. One of the speakers talked about the redemption rate for coupons. Redemption rate translates basically into, we print out a whole bunch of coupons, we send them out to, say, a circulation of 100,000 people. How many of those 100,000 coupons can we reasonably expect to get back? They were happy between 3 and 7%. They felt like that was a super successful ad. Now, of course, there are anomalies where you might get way more than 7%, but they were happy with that 3 to 7% response. So I got to thinking today, what's the current expected response? The call to action is what they call it now, or response to the call to action. So I looked it up. Marketers in today's world are happy with 0.5% to 3%. If they get some call to action response, they're happy. Now, sometimes that call to action response doesn't translate into sales. It just means they've clicked to go look at a menu. They've clicked to leave a message. That may not translate into sales, but they're happy with that. That's what marketers are happy with. So what does that do to you as a business? So let's look at our Facebook group and talk about the real numbers within our Facebook group. We have 72,939 members as of 2/9/2025. I haven't let anybody in the group today, so that is our most recent number. There was a post that was done on our group yesterday afternoon, so it's not been quite 24 hours at the time that I record this. That particular post was asking about photography, and they showed 2 pictures of the food, awesome looking pictures of the food, by the way, and they wanted to know how they could do it better. So it was a legitimate help me do something better question on our Facebook group. It was not an ad. So out of 72,000 people, so far, 2,880 have interacted with that in some meaningful way, so that Facebook will count that as a reach. We've reached, or that person has reached, 2,880 people within our Facebook group. They've done that in less than 24 hours. Now remember, that's a 72,000 member private group. Only 2,880 people saw it. Now out of those 2,880 people, we've had 35 emoji reactions, the hearts and the likes and all that. And then we've had 65 comments. Some of the comments were from the author responding to comments that were given to them about how to do the photography better. So fewer people out of that 65 leaving comments actually were unique people. A lot of them, again, was a back and forth trying to help. So if you look at those numbers in that particular post, the reason I chose it is the highest post that we've had in the last handful of days. So the reach, going from 72,000 down to 2,800, put that in perspective with your followers. How many followers do you have? And what would the response be mathematically? So if you had 7,200 followers, and that's 280 people that would notice it. And then out of that call to action, how many of those? 0.5% to 3%. So you take that number I mentioned, hypothetically, you have 7,200 followers, which is a lot of followers. You have 280 people that actually see the post. And then you have, let's say, 1%. 1% of 280 is how many? 2.8. So almost 3 people might respond to your call to action. That's how marketing works. And it's been consistent since obviously the late or early 80s when I was taught those numbers. It doesn't change. Now you do have those viral posts that get all kinds of accolades. Oh my God, this is awesome. Look what it's doing for our business. Of course, that's the gold standard everyone shoots for. Here's an example again from the 80s. Where's the beef? That particular commercial took off for Wendy's. It got all kinds of people going to Wendy's just so they could say, where's the beef? Yeah, it was hilarious. but still people came and bought food after they did their little joke, "Where's the beef?" That one would be considered a viral post that got big responses. And sadly, ever since "Where's the beef?", Wendy's has been trying to duplicate that success. Now remember, I work for Wendy's. I have high respect for Wendy's and how it operates. I have good friends still in the Wendy's organization that are high up in the Wendy's organization. I like Wendy's. You may not, and that's okay. There's just as many well-run Wendy's as there are poorly ran Wendy's. Most of the poorly ran Wendy's are franchisees that are more interested in money than they are actually building the brand. But the question still is, out of all of the ads that Wendy has ran since the 80s, how many of them have generated those kind of sales? Just be that one. Now, they've obviously had other successful marketing programs, but nothing that had the excitement of "Where's the beef?" There are people today that speak so highly of AI. AI is just a tool. It can be misused, and it certainly can be underused. But it's just a tool. It helps you do things faster. I love fast, but also like accurate, also like things that work. So in the world of AI, there's a whole bunch of people out there that will say, for the low, low price of 99 cents, I will send you 10,000 prompts that will help you with your business. And all of those prompts will say, act as a marketing expert specializing in social media posts with 15 years of experience or 30 years of experience or some other random number of experience. And then the prompt will continue with, please go and create me a viral post that will help me do X, Y, and Z within my business. And then AI will do exactly what it's supposed to do, what it's been programmed to do. Spit out information, claiming it to be viral, but it doesn't know because viral is history. If anyone could predict and create a viral post and then it actually go viral, that person would be a quadrillionaire. That person would pretty much own the world. So AI can't create a viral post. AI can look at what has gone viral in the past and give you commonalities, but there's no guarantee that the end result will go viral. Again, because if they could guarantee it, they wouldn't need to do anything else the rest of their life. It's all about understanding your marketing numbers and then being consistent. So whatever your follower count is today, your first goal should be, I need to increase that follower count. So part of your routine as you hand out food should be, hey, make sure you follow us on Facebook or Instagram, wherever you want to be found. And then make it easy. Make it real easy. Here's a QR code. It'll take you straight to my Facebook page. Please leave a like, and when you do, I'm going to give you a discount. Please follow us, and I'll give you a discount. Please leave a review. I'll give you a discount. I'll give you something. It's an ethical bribe is what they call it. You need to increase the number of people that are going to see your post on any given day. Then you got to be consistent with your post. If you're not consistent, you're depending upon randomness of your post being there on their timeline at the point that they have opened up their Facebook and go, hey, I think I'm hungry. You see, posting is work. You have to do the work. Eventually, the work will pay off. We've talked about, and you can find the other podcast where I talked about what you should be posting and what that pattern looks like. But you got to do it. You can't just keep hoping for the next viral one that'll make your life easy, because if it could be predicted, Bill would be a billionaire, and I would be sitting on the beach in the Caribbean somewhere, and you could hear the crashing waves as I made the podcast, instead of the slow drip of my catch pan for the ice that's melting. Understand the numbers. Understand that marketing is nothing but a numbers game, so you got to start with a big number. Posting in a private Facebook group is not going to help you because you're limited in who's going to see it. And I just explained how our numbers work. Even our most, and this is over time, one of our biggest posts got seen by about half of the membership, but it took it months to be seen, and during those months it had constant commenting, which kept moving it up and getting people to see it again and again and again. So in many cases, a lot of the numbers that saw it were just the same person seeing it several times. That's how private groups work. You're only going to get a small fraction of whatever the total number is seeing whatever you post. So don't post on a nationwide group, hey, I'm open today. So let's look at the numbers when it comes to communities. So not looking at a post. Again, I told you a post that had 72,000 potential members, only 2880 saw it. So let's look at Houston, Texas. Houston, Texas is our most popular city as far as membership goes. We have 72,000 members around the world. 66,000 of those are within the U.S. How many live in Houston, Texas? 800. So you can see that number drops tremendously. So if you're talking a call to action, 800 people and getting that response, you post something in our Facebook group, you at most would get one person. At most. That's how the numbers would always work. Out of the 800 people, there are going to be a whole bunch that will not see the post in the time that it needs to be seen. Hey, I'm open today from 12 to 4. There'll be a whole bunch of those 800 people that don't see it until after 4 o'clock today, rendering the post useless to those people. The ones that could possibly see it within the time frame, number 1, had to be hungry during the 12 to 4 hours. Number 2, they had to remember that you're there. Number 3, they had to remember where you are. Given that there's 800 people out of 4 million that live in the Houston metropolitan area, the odds of anyone seeing your post and then responding to it the day that it's posted, the day when it's most valuable, is 0. Your marketing efforts need to be consistent, but they also need to be smart in where you post. You want to spend your time wisely. Where should I post that is going to get the biggest response with the least amount of effort on my part? Blanketing every group that you're a part of with your shared ad is a waste of time. Makes you feel good. Well, look, I posted at 20 different places today. We're going to be busy. And then at the end of the day, you'll go, well, that didn't work. And I'm telling you why it doesn't work. Post on your timeline. Get more followers to your timeline. Get more followers to your business. Ask for reviews. But before you do any of that stuff, make sure you have great food, great service, and you are the kind of business that people want to come enjoy. When I worked for Wendy's, Dave Thomas used to tell us that before you start inviting people in, you got to fix what's wrong. He took over a failing number of KFC franchises. Most people don't even know he owned KFC franchises for a while. First thing he did was fix everything that was broken and paint everything that was in disrepair. You have to fix things before you invite people in. That's all marketing is an invitation to please come try my food. So before you can work on those numbers, make sure your food's awesome, your service is great. Once you have those 2 things down, start inviting people in. Get them to be your walking advertisement. And don't just post on Facebook and go, well, I should get 5 billion people seeing this today. Oh, because you won't. It's all about the numbers. It's all about you understanding how the numbers impact your business. Thank you guys so much for listening to the 10-Minute Food Truck Training Podcast. If you're finding everything that we do useful, please consider following us, subscribe. If you really love what we do, there's a link in the description so that you can show that support. Every little bit does help keep us going. Until next time, you guys have an awesome week.